the deposits with these
Live
claps.
streaming is on.
And now this is just on our testing channel. Sorry, you were saying? I couldn't.
So people put in their deposits, and then they use these claps to distribute the deposits.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's not exactly the same. You're not distributing just your 5. I mean, that goes to the pot, and then, if, for example, you are not forced to send your 100 claps, or that's how we have things. I mean, you can just like send, let's say, if you send 1 clap and I send 2, the total amount will be 3 claps. So I receive 1, you receive 2, so it's going to be 1/3 of the pot for me, 2/3 for you.
I see. Cool.
So, yep, this is like in real time something we were thinking about a lot about how the video conferencing experience could improve, because I know you can be saying something really cool, but then you go so much, so you have 15. Oh, Niran is talking too much. And you in real time and seeing that what's going on, why it's increasing, decreasing. So it's also like some sort of real-time feedback, because we are aware of that incentive. So people might think that, oh, if I talk a lot, I get the attention of the people, but maybe that's a way to also to people to understand that that can kick back you, like go against you, because backfires is the word I was looking for. That can backfire you, because if you talk too much and you are not saying something that is relevant for that part of the conversation, people kind of start just like to unclapping you.
Makes sense.
Yep. So what do you think? Any ideas that this can give you, or how we can integrate with the pan thing? I mean, I'm more on this Coinosis project where Emilio and I. Emilio is a developer. He knows a lot about smart contracts and a full stack developer. I'm a front end developer, so I have been working on the front end part, but also more in part of or more involved when it comes to community and operations. So if we want to do the activity funds, how do you see we can like match this?
So there are 2 ways that come to mind. The first way is to basically use the pan to just increase the value of the claps. So it would be people's deposits plus the pan, and then you would distribute both based on the claps. That's one way to do it. Another way is to do a raffle. So saying, hey, participate the normal way, distribute the deposits with the claps, but then randomly choose an attendee to get basically a prize of pan. That's another way to do it. So there's plenty of ways. Basically, the goal at the end of the day is to encourage attendance. So whatever way you think is going to resonate with people. So there's like, oh, I want to show up to this thing because I want to get that prize, or I want to get so many claps that are increased value now. Whichever way you think gets people to show up is what we want to support.
I like more the first option, because we're going to increase the pot. So actually, the random thing could also incentivize people, but just it's random. Sometimes that works. Sometimes what we want to like to encourage people is, for example, and I was thinking on our developer circle. Sometimes, I mean, I have seen that people like the space and they have the routine, which is cool. We have some like between 6 and 8 people that are every week showing up, but they have lost the interest to prepare something. Is when you come to a study group. So if you say, if you prepare for today something, maybe people are going to reward you with their claps, and you are going to get some pen. And when it comes to do you see this as I mean, we can switch pan to XDAI. We have to develop that, but how do you see could work better for everyone? To say that we are distributing pan or XDAI, or
For us, it works better to have a reason to explain Panvala and what it's for.
Definitely.
Well, so I always like when it's the pan itself, but it's at the end of the day, it's up to you. It's whatever gets people to show up. So
No, but and I really like, and something that this could be an excuse for us to something that we have. I mean, as you develop anything, you have a backlog of different cool things that you want to add, and something that we have been thinking about is that this could work for any ERC20 token.
mhm.
So if your community works with PAN, and this also help us. So people that already are using their PAN, they would like to create events inside Coinosis using PAN. So that will be a new token for people to talk about anything that they want to talk about, and they're going to use PAN. Um, I mean, since I'm not the technical guy here when it comes to smart contracts, how do you see we could do this? I mean, it's going to any idea? I mean, you have to look to the code, but
So there are two ways to do it. One way is to integrate with whatever you're already using for XDAI. So basically, take Pan across the XDAI bridge and then just plug it into your app there. The other way is to do it manually. So basically, just keep distributing the XDAI deposits the normal way, and then when you have the addresses that it's distributed to, just manually distribute PAN on the mainnet to the same addresses. So both of those ways work. For the first one, it's probably better to try manually, and then moving it over to integrate directly. I think it makes lots of sense.
Awesome. Yeah. As anyway, like we are prototyping, and we can do this. And since we have this weekly call, we can announce that, and we can create some noise for people to say, "Hey, we're going to be talking about the usual things that we do." And something that I want to onboard more people. And I know that people, this is just for developers. So actually, I'm preparing some content for. I'm super excited about. Do you know someone who worked before in the Rimble team inside Coinosis consensus design team?
Yeah.
Can you connect that? I mean, Ravi from told me that they went away. I mean, consensus just like I don't know, cut that team.
Mm-hmm.
But this is so cool tool. So I'm just like going through the documentation and using the Rimble library. So this could be a good way to announce that, hey, we're going to be talking about Rimble, how to integrate that in the dApp that we are doing on our pair programming sessions. But this is going to be open for anyone interested. And plus, we're going to have some PAN to distribute. So
yeah, that sounds cool. Like, I don't have that many direct connections to that team, but I can reach out for you. Like, I at least recognize their names when I see them, and I if I can help, I'll do it.
yeah, it's something like Mike Lovitz, and there's Gustavo. There's some Latino name because I did a PR for the Rimble demo app, the basic one. Nobody is maintaining, and well, Rob explained me that what happened. Yeah, so we can do that. And how do you see this going in the future? I mean, this is a fund that is weekly. I guess it works with our developer circles. Yeah, what could be the next steps?
So once we hit the basically the cap of the activities fund, that's when governance will start to kick in. The way you get a vote over the activities fund is to have some PAN and then to be in the Discord, and then we're going to basically elect signers for the multisig. So instead of coming to me for activities fund grants, they're going to go to the Discord and the signers and say, hey, I want a grant for this. And they're going to say, okay, this makes sense or this doesn't make sense, because there's going to be too many grants to give them all. So that's what we're trying to get to. Over time, the idea is for the activities fund to be supporting the events that get the most attendance. And that's not going to be all of the events. So we see people coming into Panvala through the Activities Fund events, but eventually wanting to have their own community in the Panvala League where they don't have to go through the Activities Fund grant process. They basically bring in donations on their own and have them matched by the inflation of the system. So it's kind of like an onboarding mechanism. It's like, hey, here's how this sort of economic system kind of works. Here's how it can support your community. And if you want your own slice of this treasury, here's how you stake Pan and join the Panvala League to do your own community where you don't have to reach consensus with everybody in Panvala. You just have to, within your own community, you can make your own decisions as long as you bring donations to match.
Awesome. Well, I really like that. Since I was mentioned before, I was thinking there are a lot of cool projects that they want more people using that. For example, I've been talking with the guys at Superfluid that are doing a cool job with the streaming of money, and say, hey, we can do some workshop inside Ethereum Bogota for people to know how to use that, and they were super excited. But I think the missing part is how I can get excited the members of the community.
Mm-hmm.
And if I say, oh, you're going to receive something in exchange, that could be this PAN plus the call that's going to be distributed among the incentives that we are giving to you if you are active and you are teaching other people how to use this. Yeah, I think. Oh, I just realized that my mistake. As you can see, the distribution of the funds will be enabled in about 12 hours. I don't know what happened. Maybe it was my bad on the UX. I didn't. Maybe I just like add from 10:30 or 11:30 a.m. till 11:40, I think, p.m. So that's why my bad, because I want to show you, because after that, I mean, we can send all the claps and whatever. You send that, and then this distribute funds for everybody is going to be, you can click that once the event is done, so anyone can distribute the funds. And I wanted to show you the final result of the table.
I see.
But, well, you understood, and I mean, the most important, you have used the product.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think we can maybe go for this Thursday to prototype this with we already have the result, because later, if you want, you can check each event has like opened the table of distributions. Yeah, so what do I need to tell to the people, or how can I get people excited about to receive some PAN? They need to think on the communication.
One way to think about it is as matching. So like if we structure the grant so it's a multiple of whatever people stake on their own, then we'll just say, hey, like there's been $20 of XDAI staked, and there's going to be $200 of PAN that you can earn by participating in this thing. So 10x what you staked, come participate. Like a multiplier orientation works for people. And then if people understand what it is, that it's a share of this endowment that they can take to support whatever community they want, that gets people excited when they understand it. But that takes longer for people to understand. Multiplier, everybody understands the multiplier. So that's what I've been using.
Okay. So usually we use just like small fee, 2x. So with the normal endowment is 1,000
for the grant,
or yeah,
it can be whatever you want. So like it's like how many people typically sign up for the event?
The developer circles are around 6 and 10, average 8 people.
Cool. So let's just say 10x of whatever people stake, and then like right now, PAN is worth about 4 cents a piece. Let me get the actual price so we can give a number here. All right. So let's say 10 people show up, and they're staking 2x die each, so that's $20. And then so $200. So let's say 5,500 pan is what we'll set aside for this week's event. So then you can just say, hey, we're going to match your deposits at 10x from Panvalo's Activities Fund. So it's not just your deposit that's being distributed, it's 10 times your deposit that's being distributed. Show up. So I think that's the best way to do it for this week, and then we'll just adjust over time.
Awesome. Yeah. I was thinking about like doing manually. So at the end we have that table. So I know this address got 37.2%. So those 55,000. I just do the math, and then I send you some pan to that address.
Sounds good.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Great. I'm gonna add it to the list of activities fund events in the handbook, and then I'll send it to you so you can confirm that it makes sense. And then anybody who's looking for events where they can earn pan, they'll go to that page and they'll see, hey, there's this poker game you can go to, there's this book club you can go to, and this developer circle by Coinosis that you can go to earn pan.
Ah, awesome! I really like that. How this whole thing is like Robbie said that really cool, like self-funding fuel. Well, like a circle that is like goes up.
Yeah,
and it's a spiral that goes up.
Yeah,
I really like it. How do you? I mean, I guess the community in Pan are talking more in English, and we do it in Spanish. How do you think we can play with that?
That's totally fine. Do what you're comfortable with.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So it's going to be in Spanish, and maybe we can get more folks excited. Yeah, and I have a lot of ideas about this event. Something I mentioned the LATAM thing, and we can and DEF CON. I've been working and talking with Skylar and Natalia that are the people that I know that are involved in the organization of DEF CON. And since we are going to have that so much in advance, we are really excited to have a pre-DEF CON, or just like to bring the community together. So something else that I would like to include, since we first this developer cycle work, is actually a DIP that I have, is that you are going to come to Colombia, but being in the region, maybe you want to travel after Colombia, you want to go down to Peru or to a different country. If you can go to work remotely, something, I guess people would like to keep traveling a bit. And Spanish is going to be useful for your personal or your daily life.
Mm-hmm.
So we were thinking to create some community gathering related with language exchange. So that's also could be dual, like using Coinosis, we're going to measure who is more generous or is clear when is explaining something about language, and we can use some pen. So just like to mention this idea and DEF CON, I mean, we are going to have a lot of people interested. So come here, have fun, talk about Ethereum, because that's going to be the topic, but we're going to do some dynamic to switch. This part is going to be in Spanish, so the people who are learning Spanish, you are you are invited to speak, even if you don't speak that well.
Mm-hmm.
And then we switch to English, and locals maybe they're not fluent in English, but we need to encourage them also to practice, because that's something that I would like to promote more, like English speaking, because no, I can read and I can understand, but if you're not able to speak, maybe you're missing a lot of cool people to meet and opportunities to get if you don't know English. So just like to have that as a maybe next step, and this is going to be more like a broad way. LATAM meetups here, we are getting synced and organized. So it could be really cool to have some pan.
That would be great.
Inside that. we can create some sandwich. You know, pan, and the ingredients are some English, some Spanish, with some extra Ethereum sauce.
I like it.
And we can create. Oh, I like it so much. Let's have some sandwich. Yeah.
Cool.
It's a shame that we cannot the distribution. My bad for not being aware of the date. I mean, we cannot wait 12 hours, but yeah, I mean, that's everything from my side. I don't know what are the next steps. Maybe I will share with you the communication that we will be doing for this Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
After the event, I will say, so these are the results. Here's how we're going to distribute the money.
That sounds good. Like if you send me the information, especially like the time and like the URL for it, that'll help me put it on that page. And other than that, I think we're good to go with a cap of 5,500 pan for this week, and then we'll just adjust for next week.
Perfect. Oh, one other thing that I would like to mention, just like to have all the ingredients on the table, that in Coinosis we also have no deposit events. So this also could be a good way for people to, this could be a double win because they're going to use the incentive. They're going to pay anything. This is more for beginners, maybe. We have also developed that when you create an event, you can choose no deposit. But the cool thing is at the end, you can also have the results with the system, the claps and the purchase. But I would like to prefer like our weekly thing. Also, the staking is part of being part of the, yeah, just like for you to really show up, because maybe if I no deposit, you just go there, you register, but then you forgot about it. Yeah, but we have the no deposit. Maybe we can create some dynamic for more beginners, and they can get some time.
Yeah, for us, it's as long as people are showing up. That's the only metric. We just want people to come together.
Awesome. That sounds fantastic.
Great. Looking forward to seeing this event go off well, and hopefully many more in the near future.
Yeah, for sure. How do you like to be in touch? I guess Discord, like.
Discord works. Yeah.
Just okay. Okay, Niran.
Great to meet you.
Bye. I'm going to send my claps. This was a great talk.
Likewise. I'm going to my claps too.
At the end, it's going to be this 50-50, but this was a win-win situation for everyone.
Agreed. Awesome.
And you can send. And I would like to learn more about how to introduce more token economics, because we can just like derive some associated token with Coinosis, like the knowledge that you are creating. This also can be measured in a different way.
Mm-hmm.
So it will be really nice to, iterate and to talk about this. Any ideas are always welcome.
Sounds good.
Okay, so let's be in touch in Discord, and I will let you know how it goes for this Thursday.
Absolutely. Thanks. Have a great event and have a great week.
Yeah, you too. Bye-bye.